Hey guys, this is Simon with ToughTrader.com. Wanted to do a quick setup for how our algo fired this morning and gave us a beautiful long side trade in ES. It's a great example of how you can use the algo in combination with trade location to have a fantastic trade. So I'm going to do this real quick. Before I do that, let me jump and throw this up here real quick. Let's do this. Okay, there we are. So, past performance, if you'll take a minute to read this disclaimer, past performance not indicative of future results, right? This is for educational purposes. I am not trying to recommend anyone buy or sell anything, but particularly options, futures, or equities. Important. You must have a trade plan. You must have the ability to follow a trade plan and a risk plan. If you're trading futures, you can lose all your capital trading futures. It's very important to know that. So if you want to take the time to read the rest of the disclaimer, there you go. I want to jump into this. So number one thing I want to show everyone. So this is off the private Trade and Perform Twitter stream, right? And these are our support levels right here coming in overnight and coming into today from last night, excuse me. And you'll see we had 2706.75 to 2705 as a white zone. A white zone is a prime trade location for us. Now, I made one small audible. Normally I trade off of a 2 range bar. I lowered it down to a 6 tick, so about a 1.5 point range bar. But I'm going to show you with both bars in place what that trade looked like and how it would have worked out using the algo. So first of all, you already know this is a valuable location, 2706.75 to 2705. Without any additional help, you're looking for a reversal out of that area first time in, number one. Number two, how does the algo work? How does it help us? Well, first of all, the triangles tell me when there is a potential for a reversal. Potential, I call it arming the trade. Okay. Once I see that triangle, I know, hey, I have a potential trade set up. The next thing I'm looking for is I'm looking for a buy-in balance at the very top of the bar. So to be fair, someone could come in and go, but Simon, if we look to the right, right? So this is 9:12 in the morning. We look to the right. First of all, did we have any buy-in balances and did we get triggered? Were there any stops? Oh, I didn't mean to do that, so we can fix that really quick. I did mean to do this and drag this down. So when we go to 8:30 in the morning, the first thing I'm looking for is a triangle or a diamond is another trigger for the algo that tells me there's conditions that have set up for potential long, right? So I got to come up with a cute marketing name for that. I don't have one yet. I'm going to work on it. So here's a triangle. The next thing I need is either a strong positive delta with a buy-in balance or a buy-in balance right on top of this number bar, okay? And if you'll look, I get my first trigger at 8:37. That never happens, right? Then you'll notice we're pushing down, and here we come to 9 o'clock, right? Excuse me, 9:09 a.m. And you'll see we get pushed down really hard on a heavy negative delta. As a matter of fact, it's the largest or the second largest negative delta of the morning. And I get a green triangle up. It's green, it's triangle up. I know I'm about to get triggered long, right? So this, remember, this is on a 2 range bar, which we've been using because the volatility has been higher, but today I actually brought this down to a 1.25 range bar, 1.5 point range bar, and I'm going to show you the difference. But I'm triggered. This right here, this bar right here, tells me now that I'm also triggered long. See the buy-in balance in red here? I'm going to spread this out because I know there's a little blue mark covering it there. And according to our algo and our research, we know that this is a heavy positive delta. As a matter of fact, it's the heaviest positive delta of the day. Triggers right on top. Totally ignore the sell signal. It doesn't set up. Could have, but didn't, right? And now look at the push out from there. Again, notice you get a sell signal, but you need a sell imbalance or a heavy negative sell delta to push to tell you to look for the short. And that actually does not occur till right here. So next, apologize, I got a phone call there. So next, what did that look like? So the first thing we know is we didn't get any positive false tells to the long side. We didn't get any false tells to the short side in the morning. Secondly, this rotation, what was the risk? If you took the risk from the entry, this bar was roughly 2707.75, and the stop would have been 2 ticks below. So let's call it 2703 even. So it would have been about 3 3/4 points of risk. Now, if we knock this down to a 5 range bar, 6 range bar, excuse me, We just knocked 2 ticks off of it to account for the lower volatility that we've had the last couple of days. I'm going to pull that in once again. And if you look, once again, okay, we get triggered, right? We get triggered with a potential long. The first place you get a buy imbalance of this is by the way, I don't trade the first half hour, just FYI. We do get set up for a potential long. You now need a very strong positive delta to the upside or a buy imbalance relatively close to where that bar arms, right? This is all the way over here. And again, I don't like to trade right before 9 o'clock because you get a lot of algos firing. But important to note, even if you had taken this trade right here, it did give you an opportunity to get out of it profitable. What you don't want right after you take this is to turn around and have a red bar print right afterwards. People in the room, in my opinion, I would not have been taking that trade prior to 9 o'clock. I was looking post 9 o'clock. Secondly, remember, the biggest element you're looking for is trade location, and your white zone is sitting right here at 2706.75 to 2705. So, right, the members already know where they're looking for their long location. Now they're just looking for the algo to confirm. So we push down, we get one trigger. Again, that trigger comes outside of the white zone. You never get your buy and balance at the top. You never get your high positive delta. Now notice, we push into the white zone, right? You see a little initial rotation there. Not a big deal. We push in, we get a second trigger, right? Now notice, your second bar coming out of that white zone has a buy imbalance right here, right? And then that's followed by a heavy positive delta right here. Notice the sequence, guys, particularly guys in the room, is trigger, the trade is armed, the buy imbalance, the heavy positive delta. Now look at the response immediately up to 27.12. And I got to tell you, I made a horrible decision. I bailed out of this trade at 27.0975. So shame on me. 27.06 was my entry literally right here. I know Mari caught the trade in the room and a couple other guys caught that trade in the room. That was the entry right on this backside test as soon as it's printed. Second stronger confirmation with a heavy positive delta. And it pushed up. So what is the algo doing for me that the zone isn't doing for me? What the algo is doing for me is it lets me know when others have tipped their hands. It shows me when people are making strong buys out of a key location, and I can take that trade and write it up. So next, right, I want to show you. So the next natural question is, well, did we get any false positives? So the one word of caution I have is not to trade around VWAP, but let's say you just had, let's just go look at what the P&L looks like. Notice we're getting triggered here, but with no sell imbalances in these bars, right? It doesn't have to come right at the bottom, but there's simply no sell imbalances. Those are the little red marks you'll see here. Those are buy imbalances and sell imbalances. We're pushing further away. Now you'll notice we finally get triggered, we get a heavy negative delta, and the next bar, we get a strong sell imbalance on the left. It's not right at the bottom like I like, but it's pretty close. Let's see what happens after that. Push up, push up. Remember, your stop has to be 2 to 4 ticks behind here, right? And there's your roll down, right down back to VWAP, right? And then if you'll notice, we get armed again here. We don't get the big positive delta or the buy imbalance on top. You'll notice that we come down one more time. Here's your armed. You're triggered with a strong 1176. Positive delta, your stop needs to be, again, about 2 to 4 ticks below here. You'll notice that we push back just a bit. Actually, you know what? I take it back. That was a stop. Hold on a second here, which again is the risk of trading near VWAP. And let's see what that stop would have been. You would have triggered in on that trade at, let's see, let's go through the sequence again. Triggered long. Something's wrong here. Hold on one second. Strong delta buy imbalance. So that would have been triggered in right here at 27.15. That would have been a stop at worst case scenario at 27.12 for 3 points. And again, this is why I caution my guys not trading near VWAP. You get a lot of noise. But let's just continue with the sequence because I think it's important, right? So we push through the day, armed again. Right now, I want you to notice something. I get triggered again with a buy imbalance right on top. That's the best possible setup you can have. It was a strong delta, buy balance right on top, triggered in by the algo, right? Stop again has to be from the low which is right here, 27.11 1/4. 1, 2, 3, 4 ticks, right? So your entry on this was your stop was going to be a little bit bigger here, but your entry is 27.13 1/4. Your stop needed to be 27.10 1/4. Okay, so let's go through that again so everyone understands. 27.13 1/4. Greg, I will be there in just 1 second. Got it. 27.13 1/4. Stop 27.10 1/4. 3 points of risk. Now you've already rolled up from 27.13 1/4 to 27.15. Little roll down. Notice no sell imbalance in there. And we push all the way to 27.17 from 27.13. That's 4 points. And then the whole process starts all over. Why? Because we were just in balance. Those were the first three valid trades of the day. And to be fair, neither one of these two trades would have I taken, nor did I take because it was sitting right on top of VWAP. I just wanted to show, and I didn't have trade location at VWAP, right? There was only one trade this morning that set up at location. That was this right here at 27.07, right into the chart, which again is posted to members prior to the open. And again, you see that was actually the highest odds trade of the day, and actually was eventually worth from 27.06 all the way up to 27.17, 10 potential points, and never came back on you. So what else can you say? It's a great trade. Anyways, have a great day, guys. I hope everyone killed it. And if you'd like to visit the room or talk to me about the algo, you can email me at tradertough@gmail.com or send me a message over Twitter or Skype, and you can ask for a free 5-day trial to the room. I'm happy to extend that to you. At any rate, have a wonderful day, guys. We'll talk to you later.